and gentlemen, come one, come all to the COD Rec League Championships for the Iron Mixed Division. Today we got two worthy opponents, MWIII and the Paris Letdowns. Something important to note about these two teams before we get right into the action, right on Rio. They're both coming off of sweeps and semi-final competition. So both of these teams on fire as they look to get their championship in the COD Rec League. I'm joined by none other, the amazing, the spectacular, the wonderful Hyperactive. How are we doing today, Hyper?
I'm just still kind of in awe of how aggressive that start was. Jesus Christ, man! I have to. You had too many periods.
Get ready, get hyped. It's championship.
Bro, have you seen my name? I am the definition of hyperactive. I am the definition of pure excitement. But at the moment, all seems to be pretty even in this game so far.
Yeah, not much. A little chippy here and there, as we expect. Bodies flying all over the place. Chaos will see the chaos that had just unfolded over on P1. It rotates on over to P2. LAG, they'll be on the point, and they'll be on pretty darn well. It'll take a lot more than bullets to get these guys off. 3 on. But from behind, there's Croc. He'll finally get shut down by Swifty, but not 4. Alpha, he'll take him out as well. LAG had been broken for quite some time, but finally, they have the spawns in their favor, and they're able to settle in on point as time is ticking, 28 seconds and counting. But LAG gets this, they'll put up quite nice on this map.
Oh, MWIII getting a nice double lineup. That's a great position to find yourself on hot dog stand. But however, Paris, they have one more chance, maybe one more push. No, they're going to back away from this and only allow Alpha to do a little bit of damage work. Well, I say let Alpha do damage work. Silence him to the ground. But initially, LAG have got the nice spawn advantage. They flip the spawns as well to give them an even bigger advantage going into point number 3 as they try and lock down the L-shaped site. Quite difficult if you have players on the outside, but they're opting to keep all their forces inside. Alpha will look around the corner, not find anyone. Swifty doing the job he needs to on point. And Silent will finally fall. Point open for a brief second and a little panic for LAG, but nothing will fear them.
Well, I think the common denominator here to recognize is the fact that LAG has spawned on all of these points, a spawn advantage on each and every one of these points so far. That's why they're so easily able to get right back onto the point after being knocked off. They're off the point. The only time Paris will get on point is a contested time at that. So Silent will be the one to silently laugh to himself here at the last lap as scraps go in his favor. Now we're rotating on over to P4 over at Garage. Again, LAG with a marvelous setup as well. It'll be a 1v1 between MWIII and Croc as the reinforcements arrive from both sides of the spectrum to see who gets their foot on point first.
Yeah, and it's going to be going in favor of Paris, just as there was one still on point, Swifty. Getting Swifty. Sorry, Rick and Morty reference, that one. If you haven't gathered what Swifty is. But Swifty still remaining on the point. LAG got themselves fortified around the outside, but the push from Paris looking strong. But that strength from LAG is just stronger. They keep forcing them off. It's Traveler in a great position behind the boxes, and they're not deciding to go through mid to go take the long way round. They're just pushing the site without slowing down. But this is Iron, and this is why they're going to just push bodies upon bodies.
Ironically, this is almost exactly how we saw our last hard point on Rio go in the last championship of Gold Mixed. It was an absolute bloodbath. Swifty, that's a nasty 3-piece representing the nasty LAG as they're up by over 100 points now against Paris. Their only points awarded to them were at P1, and I believe a little bit of time from P2. Otherwise, LAG all purple onto the points, all numbers being purple at that. So LAG, they're going to continue to set themselves up quite nicely here as Bridge is going to start to come to a close. LAG showing no sign of allowing even a second of scraps to the side of Paris. Paris, on the other hand, things need to start getting going. Things need to start being a little close to perfect if you want to come back to this game, if you want to win it.
This is looking like a disastrous 100 club scenario once again, but a double peak onto P5 will grant them not even a second, because immediately LAG is not even allowing scraps to be given to Paris. And LAG, look at them. They've got point, they've got the initial spawns for it, but now their objective is to flip them, because this is in favor of Paris going into P2. Remember, 60 points per site. And at the moment, Paris finally getting a little bit on their side. And LAG, they can't win it on this point.
Yeah, that's right. The LAG can't win on this point at all. But what they can do is get pretty darn close. When you take a look at the bottom left corner of your map, whenever a purple player dies, a player from LAG will spawn pretty darn close to P2. That's going to be your hot dog stand point. There they are, 1 and 2. That'll be Silent and Schwiffy. They're already spawning and getting ready and getting set up over on P2 as Paris finally get a little bit of a fresh breath of fresh air, get some much needed scraps out of that. But again, let's count on the boys that already spawned there. LAG, fantastic setup. Croc looking to make an opening, looking to expose the weak spot. Inside of LAG, you'll be quickly shut down and silenced from Silent and those back spawns.
Yeah, Paris still have the spawn advantage, so this is not going to be as easy hold from LAG. They're going to have to fight against a very rapid, fast approaching Paris. But the problem for Paris, breaking onto the site from the right side, you're filtering yourself through these tight, narrow channels. So with an open space, LAG have this opportunity to just fire bullets down into the corridors, and it will work massively for them. Swifty getting aggressive. He'll find his 5th kill. He needs to get out of the way because he's about to get killed for 6, and he will get killed before his 6th comes in.
I mean, my gosh, we know that LAG, this is their strongest map so far in playoffs, Rio. But goodness gracious, they're not only making this look like their strongest map, they're making this look like an absolute pubs match, as Paris still struggling to get to that 100-point mark. But there's some hope. Alpha, he's got 4 kills. All 4 of the boys in purple are going to be off, and that's going to be one man. Alpha, he's on a 4 streak. He's not doing too hot in the KD, but he was on fire just now with 4 kills. If he get a kill from boxes, no. COD timing gets the best of him just like that. Buys at Paris just a little bit of time before LAG can get the 250 mark.
Yeah, and Paris, they're spawned a little bit all over the place, but again, LAG opting to be inside the point. They don't want access from the outside. Woozy might stab him from the back here, and he's going to get 1, and that's the break that he needs to get in to deny and challenge the site. But just as he gets point, once again, LAG pushing onto point. Chaos can't even do what his name even states. And rotation is the next thing in mind, and guess who's at the bottom? It's not LAG. It's Paris. So they've opted to give away P3 and go for a full hold for P4, and they've got to do this perfectly.
All up to the next full rotation of points. So Garage back to P1, P3, all of those points. Paris will need to hold near flawlessly, and it's not looking too good as Alpha left as the lone wolf on point. He'll be quickly pinched and traded out. 238 seconds and counting. They only need 10 seconds to get to the point. Flock will do his last pitch of effort, to get on point. Travel, he's got a double kill in the feed. All hell is raining on Paris as finally they find a little bit of fresh air, but not until the reinforcements arrive. LAG, they get on point as well. The nade kill is what clutches up for Paris to live to see another day. 3 seconds left. LAG just need to put their foot onto the point, but Paris being stubborn out of that. You love to see the persistence, just won't let them win it here.
Yeah, and the thing is, LAG got desperate. You could tell they were throwing bodies with no strategy, and this is why Paris has taken advantage of this scenario, because there's nothing coming from them. Paris is just remaining calm and not allowing LAG to overthrow them with the sheer number of bodies. But now, standing on the bridge, maybe the bodies are becoming stronger and stronger, and there's the round. LAG just chucked the kitchen sink at them. But finally, LAG will take the win.
And not until there was a little bit of a stubborn Paris that went at that. Luckily for Paris, and as I said earlier, for Toronto, they will not be able to say that they were odd numbers.
No. Round it up to a good old even. You know, you can half it, you can divide it by 3, you can do a lot of things, but you know that's because you
I
haven't
guess
really got out the house and you spend all your day grinding and still not improving from your gold rank. But nonetheless, we go
wow.
into
Shots
this
fired, huh?
we go into this beautiful search and destroy. Bomb lean left in that mid area as the player of it Traveler will not travel much further as he did try and attempt the mid.
Shots will be traded on both sides. Paris already with the upper hand. 4v2 situation. LAG stuck, separated from across the map. And there goes one kill for Silent. His location will be given, but not before he gets a kill in the process. He's separated from his poor partner, and he has no idea where the rest of Paris could be lying. Thankfully, MWIII has some movement, able to get the bomb down in the process. There's Chaos. He'll be struck down. The lives have been even. Now Paris in a position now where they might be a little nervous going into this. Silent will be sitting on bomb. Alpha, to be all up to him and his teammate to get themselves onto the point and defuse the bomb.
Ooh, free body, Alpha says. He's going to say thank you so much, and he's actually behind the bomb. Does he know? Bomb's being defused.
No way.
This is
Didn't even
Ninja
see him peek
Defuse
it.
101, and thank you so much as he will get the defuse coming in. But that was positioned in the best way possible. You cannot question. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to laugh at this kill. Alpha, that was the
It's
easiest
like,
kill you could get.
He's just sitting there on the granite marble, and he's like, "Oh, okay, you know, blending in, you know, I guess." My my idiotic self might have thought it was a dead body, to be honest with you, and just ran by it like nothing. Maybe he still. Can you imagine if he defused the bomb with him just sitting there and nothing, like nothing would have happened? That's insane.
If
You gotta
he had done
love it.
that, if he had done that, you know what? I would be 10 times more excited because that's the type of thing I would do. You know, so the mass respect would go through. But you know, we can dream, we can wish, but Woozy, well, he's gonna
Oh.
take away the Traveler.
Wait a second, Silent. What on earth? I've never seen someone peeking this angle before like that. Great use of your resources, almost made to pay by Croc, so that was definitely worth it. All the information is given there. There's two more left. Silent being the single-handedly big change maker in this game, but from behind, there's MWIII. He's able to get one, but not the second. Paris Letdown running away with their second round so far, starting off pretty strong.
Yeah, they are coming out with the guns blazing, and this is an Iron League. Like, how did I not know about that cheeky little angle? This is like the type of strats that I would pull out on a day-to-day.
Well,
So,
Well, to be honest with you, you know what I think a lot of this too is a lot of players, a lot of professional players, and again, people can correct me if I'm wrong, but the players that are in the lowest division, the Iron Division, are always looking to improve. They're always they're studying the game as much as possible, watching tons of streamers, watching pro players, watching what they're doing. So I personally think it's a lot easier, more common to see people pick up on cheeky angles like that, just because of how much they're studying the game and how much better they want to get. So with that opening, Alpha again popping off. Kills on his side. LAG will return the favor. 1v1.
yeah, and Swifty doesn't have bomb in hand. Chaos knows exactly where the bomb is. So advantage will go in favor of Paris because LAG, he's got to push into the sight lines of Paris right now. He's got to push into the sight line of Chaos and create a little war. However, God timing going to go into his favor. He's got the information. He runs across. He's picked up bomb. He's going to regress back. And LAG. Oh, you just got Swifty.
I want to know the point of view of Paris from that point. Did Chaos just not see him? COD timing question mark? That's insane. Swifty, I guess he must have had a sixth sense sort of kick in there because he grabbed the bomb, juked out the marble statue in front of him, and was like, oh, and peeks Chaos again, shoots him off point. It's gonna be one on the board for the boys in purple.
You talk about juke off the marble. It makes me think of Mall Cop and the segue. Yeah, it's back forth bang. Exactly the movement he did. I'll tell you what movement Croc is doing. A little aggressive here, but there is one person waiting for him, and that's going to be Silent, sitting silently in the corner, doing exactly as his name says. advantage will go in favor of LAG in the comeback. Starting to come alive as LAG's found their footing, took a sip of the coffee, and they have woken right up.
I love how Silent sort of gave Croc there just like a moment of silence before he shot. He completely obliterated him. That was pretty priceless. But Alpha, you'll be the man to make this 2v1 situation work. He finds a free plan over at B. Now he has the advantage on his side. Just got to be a little careful not to be too aggressive, but play these head glitches to his life and avoid being pinched at all costs or getting caught by one of those stuns. There's one already wasted. 30 seconds and counting. I think he'll be able to do it.
Yeah, but he's just been spotted, so Alpha's position given away, but he will stay alive for a little bit longer. MWIII versus Alpha. The strongest Pokemon. Or is it the Alpha Male?
There you
It's
go.
gonna be the Alpha Male of Paris. And what a peak that was.
Paris, they're showing some grit here. Although they just barely skidded by 100 points on hardpoint, now they've come alive. We're seeing an almost entirely new Paris team here on Search and Destroy. Could have just been that, they needed some time to warm up, or maybe they've just been excelling in the respawn modes. I'm sure at this point in time, comms are clear, mechanics are there, and shots are hitting now more than ever for the side of Paris. LAG, it's a dangerous position to be in. The boys in orange only need 3 more to win, 3 more rounds to give. But when you get a COD team rolling, it's hard to get them to stop.
It is very hard to stop, but it seems that LAG might have found something. 2 of the Paris players down, but they will trade it right back at them. 2v2. Bomb left in mid. They went for the risky mid, and there's Chaos causing a little bit more chaos. And guess what? Swifty versus Alpha this time. So no MWIII. It is gonna be Swifty. Alpha won his last 1v1. He will keep the 1v1 king.
Nothing phases this man. If you're Swifty, I was just about to say before the round ended, timbers are shivered as Alpha coming on in. Let's pick up his another kill there. A nice KD to go along with it, and damage out of that. He is the change maker for the side of Paris. Said earlier in the last round on hardpoint, you want to kill Silent as quick as possible, or Swifty from that hardpoint map. Now I'm saying the man you need to target from the side of Paris, well, that's Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha dominating so far. 1 more away, and a cruise missile and a free round, technically, will be given to Paris. And Alpha, I think he knows this. He knows that he can't be too aggressive. He can't give away an easy life. And he might just get a very good information. Swifty pushing forward. He's got the peripherals, and there's going to be the kill. Woodsy also getting the kill. That's going to be a major advantage. Silent popping out. He now has bomb in sight. Going to call it out. Down to Traveler against 3. Traveler denies the bomb plant, and now he's got to fight for the rest, and he will fall. Paris takes the round 1 step closer.
The bomb plant there kind of made me giggle a little bit there. I was wanted to get the bomb down as quick as possible there, and he made him pay. But I guess you consider that a sacrifice, because Woozy was able to get the trade in the process. Paris have turned this match on this series on its head completely. LAG have not won a single round in God knows how long. Paris absolutely showing no side of slowing down. Alpha has the cruise missile to work with, practically a free round out of that. Information will be given. So LAG, it's going to take a miracle to get you out of this one, but we've seen crazier happen.
Once again, LAG getting the first pick, first blood. And it almost seems to be a curse for them, but as we go again, got evened up. Chaos, last alive now. Maybe things are turning around for LAG. But in the water, Chaos goes, and that's the thing that got him killed. LAG found another glimmer of hope, and they are trying their best to make the ultimate reverse sweep.
That's what's certainly going to start. I mean, it got pretty close for a second there. Paris was able to take out 2 of the guys from LAG, but still, It's going to take a lot more than a single round win. You got to win 4 more to take home this map. And I believe Alpha still has that cruise missile in his back pocket, if I'm not mistaken. And he'll be carrying the bomb as well.
Yeah, he's got the cruise missile. He can step back if he wants to, but he's going to get aggressive over to that B side. Initially, going to be a trade going forward. Alpha picking off now 2. Bomb site completely clear. Up north.
Free plan.
And now it's going to cause the rotation to come in. Silent. Can he deny the bomb plant? No, he can't. Not yet, but moving out. Alpha will still get the kill. Alpha for the ace. Alpha gets the ace. That's a round.
This man is insane. Somebody, mom, get the camera. We need to digest this one by one. Alpha is a madman right now. He's gone to 13-4 on search and destroy, and what a way to end it.
Flips right to the other. LAG and Paris Letdowns, both with a map on each side. LAG again the hard point with a quite convincing 250 to 115. Then Paris Letdowns winning the Search and Destroy 6-1 as we go to Karachi for control. Well, Scav, I'm sure you're liking to hope this goes to round number 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see this go to 5 in this series. We've seen the dedication from both teams. We've seen them both get absolutely fired up. Particularly for LAG, though, it's been mostly in the respawn mode. That's exactly what we're going to see translate into this opening round. 28-26 in the lives. LAG have already capped A, and with 2 minutes to spare, Paris are already looking at their potential first round loss on both sides. But yeah, definitely excited to see if it can get to that map 5. I know you don't like it personally. I do think it's a little bit of a skill issue on your end, but that doesn't matter. Who's keeping track? Silent. He'll be getting 1, not the second. Time will be erased on point. Trades will go through, and Paris finally regains control of this fight.
Chaos last alive on that point, trying to keep the contesting going. It will be successful as Alpha also getting onto point briefly for a moment, and he will do again. Be the pain in the backside that LAG do not want off this get-go. And already, LAG are putting a force into this cafe site, and they just keep on going. 3 stack onto the point. Crook unable to do anything with that. Another contest, and Paris trying to keep themselves alive, but within matters of seconds, LAG taking round number 1.
They clean up quite nicely. I mean, what can you say? Croc, that was his chance to get on point, make a statement, contest, do something. Gotta hate to see it. And he's spraying his rival 9 into that back cubby area. Just not enough bullets to get the job done. So, needless to say, a round win from LAG. Love to see they get themselves on the board quickly to start things off after a brutal loss in Search and Destroy. Now Paris, ball is in their core, and in about 3 seconds, we'll have to make a decision, A or B. They opt for A. This will be their decision.
Yeah, A is the most standard route you want to take. Get control of a top AC, which is exactly what they're trying to do, though. The parkour skill's quite questionable from what we saw just then, but it's standard. You want to grab A as quickly as possible. It's easier to capture, allows you more time to then attack the harder site B. But we do see the odd few teams opt for the B site, go for it, and turn around and then be quite successful capturing the rest of the round. I think in my head, this isn't true statistics, but like in my head, if I'm not mistaken, the teams who capture B, 9 times out of 10 have gone and won the game.
Paris has not been able to replicate the same energy, the same ideals as LAG did so early on into the round. They're being shot off the point at every step of the way, every second they've been on. Of course, they've been able to get 1 stick, but there's a big mistake made by Woozy, busting open the door right in front of Swifty, who's playing top red. So there's 1 and 2 Chaos. That was looking to be his 3rd, but he gets out by his life, by the hair on his chin as Swifty. He makes a move, loses control of top AC, and just anticipates. He waits for Chaos to go through those doors.
Yeah, what they've realized is all their attention has gone to the B site. Meanwhile, A being silently captured by Woozy. And Woozy's going to say thank you very much, as briefly is getting contested. Sorry, the B site's getting contested as they continue to divert all the attention up north. A fully completed. Chaos round the corner. Great information. Will get the kill and says thank you very much. But Swifty comes in and pushes him right off point again.
It was a great pinch on the side of LAG. Perhaps if you did it a little earlier, maybe you could have gotten away with not losing a life there, but it got the job done at the end of the day. So here comes Alpha, the rest of the boys in orange over from the back from Dumpster to get those kills. Croc here, there's one for him and two. Alpha will be taken out in the process and trying to hold spawns, put him in the blender. Swifty fights back, sees this, and he says, all right, you can do that to my teammates, well, I'll do the same thing. You'll be on a 7 streak, and a cruise missile in the back of his pocket, 10 and 3. There's one, and there's two. This man showing no sign of stopping. LAG, they've been dominating so far in these 2 rounds.
9 streak and more to come. Swifty is getting Swifty. Make that 10. He's
wow.
on the killing spree of his life. He's milking this up, enjoying every second as it comes. And Paris are pushed back and in a bit of a situation. 4 lives remaining. And MWIII will get one of them. 3 left. Chaos. He's going to try and beat down. He will take down the MWIII. But still, Swifty stays alive. Is this the last hope? 3 lives remaining. They try and go on point. Will finally fall. Swifty now on 11. 11 kills. And he's not dead. And he's about to hit double. He can't pocket a second cruise. It is crazy to see.
Swifty is absolutely popping off so far. I don't think his streak has ended yet. This man is a force to be reckoned with. Last game it was Alpha. He was the man that did the dirty deeds, got the job done, and had Paris on top at the end of the map. But for LAG, a new hero has arisen, and that man is Swifty with it. He's still on 11 streak, 5 caps on points. Could you ever ask for a better teammate?
But this is the guy that you leave to just roam the map, let him do his thing, and go, yep, this is all you, just enjoy it. And that is exactly what he's doing, and that's why he has 11 kills to his name. Silent, trying the alternative route doesn't work out all too well. Swifty, he has a cruise in his pocket. He's going to go on point. He knows he can frag. He knows he can get the kills. So why not just take a little break, pull out the pina coladas, and siesta for a few moments.
He's going to lie in the rubble there, maybe cover himself a bit from all of the shots that went through. There it goes. Croc will put an end to the madness that ensued from Swifty finally. So deny him no more. Now hitting the top here. Croc will take one, get shot in the back for the second. LAG, they got 2 sticks to work with, but not the lives to support it. Swifty is right back to where we started on a 2 streak. They'll single-handedly get on deep. Frag is going to go through, not hit anybody. Reinforcements are in, and just like that, a quick cap onto B and A for LAG.
Yeah, it's brilliant work. They basically used the advantage while the A was near the end. They decided to rotate all their players up north, go to B, get inside the cafe, and just like that, and just like we started, LAG clean sweeps on the respawn modes. And this gives me a gut feeling that we're going to have another clean sweep coming next.
Goodness gracious. 8-4. Man is an animal. Alrighty. LAG, you saying 250 to 150?
Amen. That's what I'm thinking off the get-go, but hey, I've not always been right. I ain't Jesus and I ain't a god. MWIII picking off 2 off the get-go, and will take this match into his own strides as the first bloods. And it's going to be interesting how they do this. First thing to note, Paris, of course, having that spawn advantage for P2. We use P1 as just the bloodbath to gauge kind of the vibe check that we're going into. But Paris, well, they're in a better position right now.
That they are. But however, although LAG has the opening points, 31 to their name and counting, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to hold the whole map. So Paris, they've got themselves a decent setup now onto P2. It's just a matter of holding. And LAG have proven themselves worthy as opponents, being able to break such holds quite frequently throughout our map 1 on Rio. So just like that, 2 kills we made on both sides. The 1v1 situation is going to ensue from Chaos and Traveler. Traveler will win the gun club, not before the reinforcements come back. Alpha, he stands alone onto the point. Reinforcements coming in. This should, in theory, be a decent hold from Paris, but all purple is in the feed, Hyper.
Yeah, a brilliant work from Traveler. He tried to delay as long as possible. It didn't work out too well, but however, the spawns were working in favor for LAG, and they just swarmed the cafe as quickly as they could, and now rotating over P3 back into the market. And it's open for business. WOODZY's got a very nice position again, using the glide. Will find Traveler on his wonders. But from above, WOODZY's now pinched down low. Gotta hide, but Paris need to get control of the right side of the map. Make sure no one can come from as well. You want spawns for LAG to come south and left. However, I see Silent coming from behind.
All across right now. If he's opening kills, he'll get shot from behind, but not before the damage is done. That's finally the opening that Paris needed to get. Alpha will bust into the doors like a SWAT team and say, enough is enough. I want to get time onto the board. So a 1v1 will ensue between the two. Two will be killed from his good old teammates over at Paris from mid. It's Traveler. He will be the last alive for LAG, and he's doing his portion of damage. A 2-piece at that. Be chased up to his position, and Croc will be denied the kill. So all alone sits Alpha on point. He's soaking them all the time. And Alpha says, all right, got the point. Now get out of my way as I rotate on over to the next one over at Store.
Scraps are, well, so I say scraps are going in favor of LAG. No, that was Paris' scraps, and they're going to love every second of it. Now for the highlight. P4 really open. There's not much positions you can really do to defend. You can't hide behind anything. And MWIII and Swifty are going to say thank you for the free kills. However, Paris have the spawns, and they're just going to respawn back into the same point. They're going to put themselves into the same place. And this is going to be hard for LAG to really break, because they've got to push into the firing line of Paris. And Paris are keeping them off brilliantly.
Despite this game quite literally being the objective of eliminating your enemy team by any means necessary, in a game like Hardpoint, you can get kills and keep getting kills and keep getting kills. But at the end of the day, if you don't have spawns, you don't have rotations down, a team like Paris will capitalize on it and make it look ugly for you, which is exactly what they're doing. Finally, LAG have the advantage with a new setup and new rotation onto point, but if that happens, Silent is going to make his attempt to get cut off on rotations. Over, extracurriculars will ensue on point, and Paris, they've broken onto point, and now they're about to change the lead here.
My prediction, I feel, is slightly gonna be wrong right now. Paris really coming alive and not being swept like they were what they originally planned to be. Paris, spawn advantage as well, coming from the right side, able to get the easier route in, as LAG have to come through that lower corridor and also from top bed, which, yes, top bed's going to give you some great sightlines, but look at Alpha. He's just waiting patiently, waiting for the next peek. He now knows that someone's jumped over. That's someone being silent, and he's going to stay silent, as he will probably go, shh, stay down. And Paris have the lead.
Back to the respawn. Silent goes to sit down and reflect on that unsuccessful challenge. Now we're going to go back to P1. LAG had capitalized and gotten 30 seconds on it the first time around, but this time, Paris look at themselves onto the point. It's almost like it's in their head, and they realize it's now or never. If they want to be champions, they're going to need to put in the work and win some of these maps. They're doing just that. I mean, look at the point spread, too, on all of Paris comparison to LAG. Not a single person from LAG has even passed 30 seconds with the exception of Silent. So you got to take that into consideration as well when you're looking at teams and point distribution. Paris, a lot more distributed on time and kills at that. So LAG will get some scraps favored. Paris, textbook, chef's kiss pinch. move on over to P2.
Yeah, and Paris are just getting themselves a little bit closer. While LAG, they dominated this last point before. However, Aroma of Alpha is really into LAG's lines. Might just get one more easy kill here. He's right behind their lines. He's going to get the information.
Ooh.
And look at this. It goes orange. Alpha playing the Alpha card. And he's going to get another just when he can. And this is looking more dominant from Paris. Maybe my prediction isn't too far off, but on the wrong way.
Last round, it was Swiffy, excuse me. This round, it's going to be Alpha. Swiffy struggling to find that momentum as he solidified himself last game on control as the dominant force in this matchup. Now he struggles to find more than 10 seconds on point as Alpha sits back, says, hold my beer, sit down and watch how it's done on hardpoint on Karachi. And it's down to the wire. Leads have been changed. MWIII is the point to be. LAG looking to get themselves to 200. Paris, same ordeal.
Yeah, I tell you what, LAG have a nice control at the moment, but Woodsy's going to be wrapping around, and this is going to be important. You don't want a player at the back of the marks. Woodsy pushing in, but again, the wide surrounding of the LAG able to assist and keep things alive. Going in. Again, you don't want it from the rear because they can just peek in and take control instantly like that as the game is getting close to tied up. Paris control, but look at LAG pushing in again, breaking Paris off point. There was no reinforcement. They did break. It wasn't a solid and controlled breaking. And LAG will soak up the remaining points and take the lead once again.
There's MWIII coming alive there on rotation, then on over to the next hard point. Points gonna be made over and under. At store for Paris, not really any teams have solidified themselves on the point yet. All scattered arrows on the bottom left corner of your screen. So they're all just gonna jump into it at once. A mosh pit of bodies will ensue as fires, shots are gonna be traded from both sides. Surprised no one got a team kill there, because man, oh man, that was insane. Paris have been surpassed now by LAG, but they still follow closely behind spawns. Now this time they're favoring the side of LAG. This is around the same time last rotation where we saw Paris make that comeback, but now LAG have flipped it on this head. They can't win here, but they'll get pretty darn close to. So Paris, get to a point now where you really can't let that many scraps go untouched. So Chaos, I think he'll opt for the smart solution and stay contested until he's challenged, using Croc from top there to his ultimate advantage. Time is ticking. LAG in Paris swarming on the next point. They know here is where it could all end.
Yeah, and immediately LAG were the first ones to rotate through. Paris went for the commitment for the scraps, and this allowed LAG to set up doing so. Paris had to walk into LAG's firing lines. Chaos pushing in, can't find anything. Traveler's got this locked down. Remember, LAG, if they lock it out here, they can win it here. So they've got to make some pressure if you're Paris, and that's exactly what Crocs is doing. He will fall. Swifty from above will get the kills. MWIII soaking up points. Paris pushing on. Another wave of fresh meat coming in. Not gonna work. And LAG keep taking a step closer. 20 seconds left. This is still doable. It's still a winnable situation. 15 left with 10 points. LAG just have to hold the point. Don't let anyone get on. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. LAG will win the championship for the Iron League.
Paris Letdowns have let some of those fans down. They came in promising into the series, but at the end of the day, LAG, their setup was just too much.